So we're out here today by the Sakudanomiya area. We're gonna do a nice little run behind here. We're gonna shoot for at least 15K. We'll see what we can do. It's really beautiful outside, perfectly sunny, but we just had a super moon, so super chilly. I already feel those winter vibes, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. See if we can see some cool autumn leaves and whatnot. We got a nice, beautiful day here. Last night was actually a super moon, so they call it the cold moon, which kind of signifies the turn point between the end of the year and a new start, new beginnings, all that kind of stuff. And so this is actually the last super moon of the year, which I think is kind of cool because it also, for runners, kind of signifies the start of training season. You know, once you really got to lock in for the Osaka Marathon. So just a few months left. I think it's like February 22nd, so we still have like almost 3 months, so not bad. And yeah, up until now I've been kind of slacking, to be honest. I've been running maybe 50K a week, something like that. So we're gonna try and shoot for at least 75 to 100 kilometers a week just to really get the mileage in. And right now it's about pacing yourself. So obviously as you're running a marathon, it's really long, you get really tired. So what I learned from the last two is definitely don't get too eager and like go too fast at the start. So right now I'm already kind of going a little bit fast, so let's slow down. And I've been following a couple different plans, but basically my method this year, because I don't really want to tire myself too much. I don't want to you know, take the fun out of running, you know what I mean? That's kind of why doing these videos and I do the marathon, is because it's really fun. So right now I'm just trying to find a good running pace, which a lot of people recommend is, you know, if you can talk kind of like this, then that's a good pace for you to kind of go slow, get some training in, but not exert too much force. So that's the goal. This is my favorite running course just because like it's pretty close by, but also like compared to the Castle Park, it's so crowded there right now. I did like my warm-up run, and just everywhere you could see people taking pictures. They had a bunch of ginkgo leaves, so they had a section called the Golden Road, and it looks very beautiful, but you just can't do anything there because there's just so many people and taking pictures and whatnot, which is fine, but it just means you have to, you know, be really careful not to like trip over someone or whatever, you know. Yeah, the other day my buddy TK came and visited us. Hey, thank you guys for yeah, making time to come see us and whatnot. And I was surprised to hear that Las Vegas, of all places, is actually colder than Tokyo. That's crazy. Like just the other day, Vegas was like, I don't know, 1 degree Celsius, so 35 degrees Fahrenheit. And here in Osaka, it was still like maybe lows of 5 or 6, so maybe like 40 degrees, I don't know. And that kind of surprised me because, you know, I mean, yeah, deserts are known to get like super cold at night, but also you would think that, you know, Las Vegas, of all places, would still be warmer than like Tokyo, Osaka. So that was kind of surprising. But like today, it's actually really nice and lovely out. Yeah, no clouds in the sky. Got a nice sunshine. It's really good. So I figured, why not? Let's take the opportunity and get a good run in. And you can see a lot of people also training for the marathon too. So it kind of motivates me to get out more. Whew. Not too many people playing in the square yet though. Usually you see people like skateboarding or, you know, playing catch frisbee, that kind of stuff. But every weekend you always have the baseball games here, so that's pretty cool. get it. Got winter vacation in just a few weeks. Dude, I am so, it's like burnt out from teaching, man. I've been teaching for, I think, my 10th year now. I mean, I like teaching and whatnot, but sometimes, man, especially as you get close to winter vacation, same as the students, they're just like tired of school, right? So 2 more weeks, kind of like push through. And I am so excited to just like chill, play some games, catch up on some reading and whatnot. It's gonna be great. Kay and I were gonna go visit my mom in Tokyo, see my grandma. So I'm looking forward to that. Have a little New Year's lunch and whatnot. This year we want to have a crab lunch, so I'm pretty excited for that. We basically never have crabs, so I'm really excited though. I miss American style crab where they eat it with garlic butter. Really, really good. Whereas here, they usually have like miso paste, or they do like sashimi style, which is still good, but it lacks the sinfulness of the Western style, you know what I mean? See, right now, for those wondering, this is about a 5-minute 14 pace. So my goal for the next race is to be able to run it sub 4, so under 4 hours, which means that I have to at least maintain kind of this speed or 5-minute 30 pace for the entire race, which sounds pretty crazy. I'm already kind of getting a little winded, but I think it's doable. Just being consistent and whatnot. I think, especially when you're trying to find like a good pace, I know a lot of people wonder about like whether they should listen to music, whether they should run without music. Today I'm running without music just because I didn't charge my headphones, but I don't know. If you are wondering about the kind of music to listen to, I would definitely pick a music that you like, of course. Don't want to be something you don't enjoy, but depending on your goal, like if you're trying to go for a tempo run where you like maintain a certain pace, then for sure find or like make a playlist with music with the same kind of beats per minute, same tempo. I really like progressive electronic music, so EDM, just because songs tend to be very long, but also the tempo tends to remain the same too, so it helps you like pace your rhythm. There's also the 4-step or the 4-count method that I really like to do when I first got into running. So every 4 steps I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of like breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this way, even if you don't have music, you can still sync to your breathing. Got some. Oh, nice. I'm glad we could still see some of the fall leaves here. Beautiful. Looks like they're all basically falling off. So we're definitely to that transition to winter. Right now, I'm trying my new Adidas. I mean, they're not new, but I've only run in them maybe like less than 10 times. And I'm surprised at how, although they're very like bouncy and easy to run in, have that carbon plating. It's I don't know, for some reason they like blister my feet up a lot easier than my Asics shoes. And I've like messed around with the laces, you know, if it's too tight or too loose, different socks, even keeping my feet dry with like powder, and those all help, but still, I don't know, I haven't quite figured it out. So especially if it's your first run, I highly recommend do some test runs, because ideally I'd like to, you know, run the race in these shoes. You know, have these, you can see right there, these little Seattle colored Adidas. So that's what I want to race in, but we'll see. Whew, okay, gotta slow my pace down a bit. Oh, what a nice day though. Oh, I love how the light glimmers off the metal rafters there. Very beautiful. You know, running out in the park like this is definitely a game changer for me. Like, I remember in college I would run on the treadmill, you know, because of course I wanted to gain or stay in shape and, you know, trim the fat that I gained from studying all the time and whatnot. But yeah, it's so boring, dude. It's like running on the treadmill. It's really boring. You're in, like, in the same place, and I don't know, especially like the TV ones, I feel they distract you from being able to, of course, you know, run at a good pace or, you know, run efficiently, which I guess is a benefit for some people who don't like running. So like, do you, right? But yeah, definitely going outside, yeah, taking pictures here and there, it's definitely made it a lot more enjoyable. And that's kind of how I started to really appreciate running. You know, in my college campus, in the backyard, there's a bunch of like hiking trails. So I remember at first, you know, I really hated it because it was so steep, and I'd be gassed, you know, just after like a few minutes, if that, you know. But now, I mean, we've been running this whole time, feels great, but, you know, just taking it slow at your own pace, you know, especially when you're training, you're not really competing against anything except for yourself, I guess. So, you know, making a hobby out of it, like, it's like I'm exploring, you know. I'm like, ooh, look at those waves, they're very, very cool. You know, noticing little things about the, yeah, environment, nature, your surroundings. I love it. Whew. Okay. And I invested in getting a new mic, so it's one of those like wireless clip-on ones. So we'll see how that works out, because especially, you know, as you can hear, there's probably a lot of like wind. Probably doesn't make the audio quality so great. So hopefully within the next run I can, you know, make these videos a little better, right? And I love how cheap mics have become too. Like, I used to have one of those corded lavalier mics, but I can't use it because, you know, my phone doesn't have the headphone jack, and I just don't want to get a converter. But the new ones, oh man, they're so cool. Not only is it like better wireless, and it, you know, works with the USB-C or lightning cables, but it was only like, it's like $40. That's awesome. What a time we live in, huh? Whew. So we've run, including my warm-up, almost 5K. We're at 4.7. So maybe I guess 3K since starting the video. Not bad. We're gonna approach the little up-down bridge there. I love how many like parks there are, like mini parks there are around the rivers, like one over there, one right here, there's another one further down. We passed a couple already. So if you're looking to like move somewhere like family friendly, I guess, sometimes it's not the most convenient, but like the riverside, they usually have places where kids can play, parks, places where a lot of people like to train. It's really nice. So we're actually looking to move right now. You know, our current house, we love it and everything, but it's just a really old building. We're worried about like, you know, the next big earthquake, right? So we want to be prepared, especially now that since, you know, we have a cat, you know, just break my heart if anything happened while I was at work. Poor little Fernie, you know, couldn't escape, so, you know, we want to find a place that'll be nice for him. And then, you know, we've been talking about having kids maybe, so if she gets pregnant, then it'd be nice for her not to have to worry about stairs, you know. So I think a big thing, don't want her to accidentally fall or, you know, just be like hating the world because she has to go up and down stairs a bunch while carrying a baby. So thinking maybe a house or maybe an apartment, but I mean, if we find a really good house, our current place doesn't have handrails, so if we find a nice place with stairs with handrails, that would make it a lot better at least. So we'll see. Whew. And then here upcoming is the old water dam. They've been constructing this bridge for quite a long time, so hopefully today when we get to it, you know, we'll be able to cross it together. That'd be nice. I've been stoked for it for like the last 2 years, so we'll see. I saw it open the other day, but I don't know, I guess they were just doing a test run or something. Whew. Another park, mini park. Oh, little duck, squeaky duck. Or is that a turtle? I don't know. Now, one thing that I don't really like about this camera is that while it's really nice, portable, like shoots a good picture, the battery is just not very long. So I think it taps out at like 20 to 25 minutes. So I can't record the whole run, unfortunately, which is okay though. You know, lets me go a little faster so I don't have to, you know, talk the whole time. I'm worried about, you know, being boring for you guys. But also let me know in the comments if you don't mind me not talking that much, if you just want to see the scenery. That'd be cool for me too. So either way, if you want more commentary, you know, I'd love to just like talk about different things here and there. Or if you want just, you know, ambient sounds, both is okay with me. Might do both anyway, you know. We'll see. So it's kind of an unspoken rule, might not have noticed, but ever since I watched the anime Run with the Wind, I've noticed more people, yeah, sticking to the left side when they're running. So I know like Osaka, Tokyo have their like what side of the escalator you stand on nonsense, but generally speaking, if you're running or cycling, you know, there's people around, stick to the left. Keep left is kind of like the general rule for safety. Not everyone follows it, of course, but you know, something to be mindful of if you're coming here to, you know, trying to respect the culture and everything. So keep left. Whew, nice, here we are. My favorite spot. Here's the little bridge. Is it open? Whew. Nice. Yeah, they've been working on this for like 3 years maybe. Doesn't look like it's open though, so that's too bad. But yeah, I think just like running across it and back, that's like a good 2K right there. So something for the future. Here we can go this way, or we can go this way. Today, let's go this way. Has like a nice little pond there.
My camera actually died right after this, so that's unfortunate, but here's my running data up above here if you want to see all those details. I definitely plan on making more videos in the future, so look forward to that. Thank you so much. If you made it this far, comment down below something that you found was interesting on today's run. I'll see you in the next one, and peace.